Our small garden is starting to give us some fresh tomatoes and herbs. This week, I want to build our meals around the tomatoes and herbs we've been able to harvest. For dinner tonight, I am making one of my favorite Taiwanese comfort foods, sweet and sour pork ribs. It's a nostalgic dish for me, and I'm sure my daughter will love it because of its sweet and tangy flavor. Traditionally, the pork ribs and vegetables are deep fried before being coated in a very sticky, sweet and sour sauce, but today I am trying something different by using the air fryer instead of frying them on the stove. Now I'm going to marinate the pork ribs. Add some salt and drizzle it with some honey. Traditionally, people just use cane sugar, but I like the extra depth of flavor that honey gives. Some soy sauce, white pepper, a little bit of cooking wine, and some sesame oil. Add some water and massage it in. To make the sweet and sour sauce, combine some ketchup and some white vinegar or apple cider vinegar, and usually people will add sugar into the sauce, but I'm using honey today, so I'll just add that into the pan as I'm cooking later. And there's dinner. Our next dinner has become a regular in our meal rotation lately. I'm using tomatoes from the garden to make a simple roasted pasta sauce, and tonight I am serving it with homemade kamut pasta. For the sauce, I'll dice some tomatoes, onion, garlic, and fresh basil, drizzle everything with olive oil, season with salt, and roast it at 425 Fahrenheit for about 40 to 45 minutes before blending it until it's smooth. Being in such a busy season, rest has been constantly on my mind. But what does it truly mean to rest? It's so easy to become crushed beneath the weight of this world, to carry more than we were ever meant to carry and try to endure it all in our own strength. And sometimes, even when our bodies are resting, our souls are still restless. But Jesus gives us a different invitation. He says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." That was from Matthew 11, verses 28 to 30. What a beautiful promise to hold on to. When we feel weighed down, my prayer is that we would always remember to come to Jesus first, not to the world, not to our own strength, but to Him. Because true rest isn't simply the absence of work, it's finding rest for our souls in the one who carries our burdens with us. The pasta's made, the tomatoes are still roasting. Now for the protein portion of our dinner tonight, I'm going to saute some ground beef with onions and stir in a jar of store-bought pasta sauce. The kamut pasta turned out really well, and I was pleasantly surprised by how much I liked it. I did notice that it doesn't absorb the sauce as quickly as traditional pasta, so next time I'll boil it for a little less time and let it finish cooking in the sauce to soak up even more flavor. At the last minute, I realized we didn't have any vegetables for the pasta or enough ingredients to make a salad. So instead, I roasted some zucchini and finished it with a drizzle of tahini sauce. Last night I came across a fresh milled blueberry lemon bread recipe and I couldn't stop thinking about it. So today I am making an impromptu loaf. Everything was going perfectly until the very last minute when I decided to use a loaf pan I don't normally bake with. It had small holes in the bottom, so the batter leaked into the oven and started burning. During all that chaos, the bread did not bake evenly because of it, but thankfully the bread still tasted pretty delicious, especially served a la mode. For dinner tonight, I have some flank steak in the fridge, so I'm marinating it in a homemade bulgogi sauce. Since this meal wasn't planned, I don't have every ingredient on hand, but luckily I have enough substitutions in the fridge to make it work. This is one of my go-to recipes because it's really so simple and it's so quick to make. Basically, just marinate the meat and cook it up, and then dinner is ready. Today we're craving bagels. We made a batch of 100% fresh milled whole wheat bagels last week and really enjoyed them. So this time I wanted to make sourdough blueberry bagels. Since it's my first time adding fresh milled flour to this recipe, I'm starting with a blend of 50% fresh milled flour and 50% bread flour. The dough looks very dry at this stage because fresh milled flour contains the bran and germ, which can make gluten development a little bit more challenging. From the tips I found online, it helps to let the flour hydrate for a while before adding the salt and sourdough starter, and that's what I did, and the bagels turned out perfectly. The dough rested overnight and I woke up bright and early at 5 a.m. today to shape them into bagels and let them proof at room temperature for another 6 hours. Then I boil them in hot water and I'm going to bake them in the oven. I am truly so satisfied with the end result. The bagels were so moist and so chewy, and they're just so great. I think I'll be making them on repeat for afternoon tea, snacks, and road trip snacks, and even for breakfast. Once all the bagels have cooled down, I will cut them in half and then put them straight into the freezer, and when I'm ready to eat them, I can simply thaw them and then toast them, and they will taste very fresh. To enjoy some of these fresh out of the oven bagels, we have some high quality loose leaf tea from Taiwan, so I thought it would be the perfect excuse to make some homemade brown sugar milk tea to go with the bagels. As we get closer to the weekend, our fridge is starting to look a little bit emptier, but I think we have just enough to make it to our regular grocery shopping day. So tonight's dinner is going to be a mix and match meal made from whatever we can find in the fridge. With some ground pork and green beans, I am making a homemade version of a classic Sichuan dish, dry fried green beans with garlic and minced pork. I am using the air fryer again to save some time. While the green beans cook, I can prepare the pork and sauce on the stove. Another dish I've been wanting to make at home is Sichuan style vermicelli with garlic and minced pork. It usually calls for fermented soybean paste, but many store-bought versions contain a long list of additives. Thankfully, I have one jar that's made with only simple ingredients. Since I don't come across it very often, this dish feels like a special treat. Even though it's only August, the cool mornings are already hinting that fall isn't too far away. The weather's making me crave some fall salad. I happen to have a bunch of kale that's getting a little bit too old in the fridge, so today is the perfect day to use it. I am making a kale salad topped with apples, roasted potatoes, nuts, and a simple olive oil and maple syrup dressing. There's one important detail to note in this dish is that you have to chop the kale as finely as possible because it helps tremendously with the texture and it helps the kale to absorb the dressing better. the main dish tonight, I am making some chicken breasts in the air fryer and serving them over rice. Nothing fancy, just a simple meal after a long fun day playing at the creek. And that's another wonderful week of simple meals and sweet moments together. Thank you, Jesus. Until next time.